The coolest part about owning the EufyMake UV printer is the fact that this printer, this one single printer alone, has unlocked so many possibilities for me. As a crafter, there's nothing worse than scrolling on your social media, watching crafters make other things and thinking to yourself, ugh, I don't even have the tools to make that. Now, this one single printer has unlocked so many doors, I'm telling you. So this is case in point for you. I was scrolling on one of the social media sites and I came across someone that was making dry erase countdown things that they had on their refrigerator. I stopped, I saved, and said to myself at like 11 o'clock at night, oh my gosh, I can make those. And today I'm going to show you how I made the coolest dry erase countdown coasters that you ever did see. Magnetic on one side, beautiful on the back, that you can customize to your own liking. Not hard to make, my friends. So much fun. So easy to make. The second thing, not only has this printer unlocked so many possibilities, it's also really, really easy to use, which is even better because I do not love crafting I do love crafting. Hello. I just don't love crafting when it's frustrating. And now it's no longer frustrating with this really cool machine. So what we are going to do is I am going to show you how in the world did I print on this, what material this is, what you got to put on the back, and all that jazz. I also have something really cool to show you because, I mean, this is wild. This was genius. A true crafter figured this out. Okay, so us beta testers, we've had this printer for a really long time, and one of the beta testers, a true crafter, a true genius here, innovator, that's an innovator, created what is the coolest thing in the world. You know how we've talked a lot about the sticky mats on the EufyMake UV printer and how it's a consumable product? It's like a Cricut mat and you got to keep buying them and buying them. This beta tester turned innovator made the coolest forever mat. Is it a forever mat? I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna have to link it for you in the description so you can check out more for the actual official name. But this thing right here is silicone. Has all these little holes in it because we can create our own jig. Have you seen my videos that I've previously posted where I have made jigs out of my laser cutter to then be able to use over my Eufy? And it's kind of, I mean, it's possible, definitely doable. We've done it a few times, but like, who's tired of making jigs? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I am. This solves that problem. Also solves the fact that I never have to replace the sticky mat underneath this thing because do you see all this overspray? It's just going to peel right off. You just wash this with soap and water and then it's back to being brand new again. All the overspray on here, never on my mat, never having to replace my mats. Saves me some money. It is the coolest. They also, this cool innovator, decided that they wanted to release a little one too. Again, it just pops right off. All your overspray just comes right off. No issues. Leaving that mat, the original mat, fresh and brand new forever and ever. Amen. Buy one of these, never have to buy another mat again. He needs to figure out how to do that with a Cricut. I'll tell you what, because I don't like buying new Cricut mats. So that's what I wanted to show you really was that. But the cool thing is all we have to do is take these squares, their length, description of the video, just like with this really cool new silicone mat thing. So all you're going to want to do is put these onto your silicone mats. I'll show you how cool this like jig system is. So you know how sometimes when we put things on our bed, we're not entirely sure if it's straight, like fully straight or not. Now using these things, you can make sure that everything's fully straight because we can butt them up there. And like obviously you will know if it's not butt up fully like to here that it's not straight. So we have these white ceramic things. These are not the same ceramic tiles that you would get at the hardware store. Totally different. The ones at the hardware store are shiny on one side and they have like ripples on the bottom. I don't like that. I got these ones right here. The cool thing about the Eufy is that the gloss that's over the top will make it to be like dry erase. Not really dry erase, but it kind of mimics that, okay? So we are going to put in 4. We can just do 4 to start. I'm going to butt these up to my things. These are the little things that it comes with. I'll put it down here and butt them up. Awesome. Then I have some more. It comes with a bunch of it. And you just want to make them tight. All right. So we are good to go. We have them all set up in here. However, I am not going to fall victim again to a clogged ink head situation that we had. Remember we had that a few videos back where we had an issue with my print head? I'm not going to fall victim to that again. So I am going to print a test print on the small one because that is a lot easier to put together than the large one. So with the small one, all you're going to want to do is take a piece of printer paper or computer paper, you know, the thin stuff. We don't have to get expensive paper. You just want to get a smaller size paper. I'm just going to trim this up. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these doodads. This is really cool. This entire silicone thing is really cool. These hold down your little pieces of paper. Hold on, let me show you. All right, see how this is not sticky? So I'm going to put this down. And now, look, it holds my piece of paper down. So it's not going to fly in the wind. Ain't this so cool? This is like the coolest thing ever. You got big ones, you got small ones. You got, I think these are like even smaller ones. I don't know. I just think that this is like the coolest thing in the world. Solves two purposes. One, solves the jig issue. Two, solves the fact that we no longer have to buy another sticky mat ever again. So what we're going to do is we are going to put this into the EufyMake UV printer. Now I am going to only do the small one for now because the smaller one is quicker to print and do a snapshot with. The larger one takes forever. So I'll pull this out when it's done. But we have it in there. We can keep this open if you want. All right, over in the EufyMake UV printer software, what we're going to do is we are going to do this print test sheet. Now this print test sheet is available within my cardstock warehouse as a digital download. If you have the EufyMake UV printer, you do want to pick this up. I cannot tell you how many times this has come in handy. You will know that it really came in handy when my print head broke, and then we had to fix that together. And then we had to fix it again because for whatever reason it didn't print right the first time. It was interesting. But anyways, this little thing, this little printable comes in handy when you have this printer. Okay, what in the world is going on? All right, come on, load up, will ya? All right, we just had to exit out of the program and bring it back. Now we're good to go. Okay, we're going to press Snapshot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag and drop my PNG file. There we go. Ta-da! Awesome. So I am just going to keep this as an unknown material. We are going to do flat and CMYK. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change this over to white CMYK and then gloss on top, just so we can make sure that we have everything printing perfectly. So when we go ahead and print on these ceramic coasters, we don't have any issues with them, because that's the last thing we want to do is waste on material. Okay? She's running quick. Here I was talking about how slow the large one is, and this fast one's going real quick. What's interesting, hold on, let me think about this. This can't work because it's going to read, it says 6.3 millimeters, and that ain't true. I had to take these little clippy things off because I don't think that worked. Let's try another snapshot again, because these are thicker than the material that I have in there, and so I'm going to get a terrible reading. And I don't want that. Now, if I had a piece of paper the size of this, I wouldn't resize it, because this size that I've created is perfectly for the small flatbed printer. And like this text, that text 36 and all the way down to 6, that's actually real. Like that's not an adjusted text font. However, I'm going to make this smaller to fit on that piece of paper that I have, if that makes sense. All right, because now 4.3. Okay, that's better. All right. We're waiting for the new preview to pop up that has these things missing. I took those out. And ta-da! There we go. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that fits into my piece of paper. Again, I would not resize this. I would just make sure and have a piece of paper large enough for this the way that I had it sized previously, originally, but I don't have a piece of paper that big, and so I'm just gonna print this just like this. I'm okay with the text size not being the perfect size or, you know, to scale. I just wanna make sure that I have full printing issues cleared because I don't wanna waste the ceramic things, because remember we had that issue with the acrylic that I was using, and I don't wanna face that again. All right, it's gonna take about 10 minutes, so we'll just press start and we'll wait for this to get done printing. While we wait though, let's go over into Canva, because that's where I created this file. I created this file within Canva and then just imported it into, I was gonna say Leonardo Design Space, but we're not using the Caesar, we're using Eufy. So the EufyMake UV printer software, which is called EufyMake Studio. So I've created a bunch of them. A happy birthday one I've already showed you. Legoland, Universal, this one. I love this. This is so cute. And then also Days Until Christmas, which I know it's past Christmas, but whatever, it still will work. All I did is I created a file size this a little bit bigger than these ceramic things right here. The reason for that is I do want a little bit of overspray, because sometimes your like alignment isn't perfect, and so allowing for a little bit of overspray is definitely helpful, so you don't like have like a mist aligned and then you're like you have naked ceramics. I don't want that. So mine, if you buy the same exact ones as mine, I did 4.02 inches by 4.20 inches. Okay, so this is what we have here. I am going to print the birthdays again, a vacation one again, and then also Christmas, might as well. But I am going to make this bigger just so it fills up most of the coaster. Awesome, just like that. Okay, let's design another one. If you've never played with Canva, Canva is so easy to play with. I have the pro version because I use it for everything. Like, remember when I first logged into Canva and like a whole bunch of like weird product stickers popped up? It's because I use it for my cardstock warehouse. But I use it for making my emails, for making my thumbnails, for here on the tube, for doing projects like this. I love Canva. So you can, most of the time, if you come up here into design, you could like research countdown. And they do have some countdowns, not a whole lot, to be honest with you. They do have countdowns, but not the countdowns that I'm looking for. Like, they don't have these ones right here. Oh, look, they got cute little Santa. But again, not like, they didn't have a birthday one or vacation one or Christmas one. So, or, I mean, they did, but not really. You know what I mean? So we got to make her up. So we go into elements, and let's say we wanted to make like a countdown for a wedding. So I'm just going to put in wedding, and you can go into graphics, and let's see here, wedding. Ooh, I like this. This is pretty. I'm going to make this. I wonder if I can, hold on. I'm going to try and like make this into a frame. I mean, this is cute. What do you think? And we'll do like countdown to my wedding or something. Because I mean, wedding season is upon us. And if you are a handmade seller that's trying to like sell your products on Etsy, this would be a really good option for you to do. Because again, wedding season is upon us. Okay, how cute is this already? And we can put in here countdown to my wedding. So I'm going to do days until. Days until, and then we'll do I do in the search. No, I don't. Days until. Oh, that is not. That is okay. So we'll do a text box. Days until our wedding. How cute do you think this is? Okay, we'll look for a script, font, and I want something that like screams wedding. Ooh, this is cute. Okay, so this is a good wedding font. I'm gonna do this in all caps. Oh, yeah, this is coming together. Look at that. Okay, I want my font colors to match the flowers that we have in here. So let's do pink. And then days until, I want that to be, there's no blue. So I'm going to use some of that green. I'm going to pull that green. I mean, come on now. So we got birthday. I'm going to do another birthday one. I'm going to do a vacation one. I'm going to do Christmas. Might as well. And then this wedding one. It's going to look fabulous. Okay, so now that I have that done, all I'm going to do is I'm going to download pages 4 through 7, okay? So we're going to go up here into share and then download. And I am going to deselect everything I do not want. So I only want 4 through 7. And I can just keep the pixels the way they are. If you wanted to, you can make them as big as what you want. I mean, I really don't. Here, let's just try it. We'll just go up to 1. Saving it at your 1x resolution would have been perfectly fine. But since I already clicked the button, we might as well just try and see how that ends up looking. And look, what's crazy here is that thing is going to take like 10 and a half minutes, right? Look, we're still at 3.5 minutes left. Like, it did not take that long to create that one digital download. That's how quick and easy it is. Could you imagine how much money you could make selling these things? Just by, like, in 5 minutes? How long did it take? 5-6 minutes for that? Quick, easy. All right, so going over into the EufyMake Studio software, as we wait for this printing, we can still do other things. So we can come over here into the plus sign. A new window is going to pop up. I want this to turn from mini to standard because we have to use the large flatbed. Even if you only wanted to print one of these, this one's too big to fit on the small flatbed. So just keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to do the standard, and then I'm going to open up my thing. And for whatever reason, hold on. Why did it save it so weird? We're going to try this again. We're going to go back into here, and I'm going to download this, and I'll just rename it, because last time I renamed it, I didn't rename it, and then I got the same downloads as the previous time. That's weird. Okay. EufyMake Studio software. Unzip the file. And then we have all 4 of these. So I'm going to drag all 4 of these and put them into the EufyMake Studio software. Notice I did all 4 at one time. Ta-da! Because they all come in all at once, which is great. Now, for this, it is very important that we set this up appropriately, because if you don't, they ain't going to work, okay? So what I want you to do is come over here into material, and I want you to choose ceramics. Now what I want you to do is I want you to select all of your pieces, every single one of them, okay? We are going to come over here into ink mode, and you are going to do white, CMYK, and then gloss. Now we're going to do 5 layers of white, perfect. 1 layer of CMYK is fine. The more layers, the more vibrant it's going to be. I feel like we're vibrant enough, so you don't need more. Now I want to do multiple layers of gloss. The reason for that is if you only do 1, it might not be as dry erase as you would hope for. The more layers of that. Also, if you want to conserve on your ink, still do the layers of white, because that is going to make this as smooth as possible, because these ceramic coasters are not smooth. Okay, so we're going to lay down white so it is nice and smooth. But if you did not want to put gloss on here and you had glossy spray paint, I would do that, okay? Just to conserve on your, because spray paint's a lot cheaper than UV ink, you know what I mean? But if you're like me and you don't really care how much ink you use, just do what I do, okay? So 5 layers of white, 1 layer of CMYK, 4 layers of gloss. Now we have 4 things right here. I forgot to mention this. Generally, when we are in Canva, when we download this, we click this transparent background. The reason why I didn't mention it was because we don't want to do that. make sure when you download this that you are not doing transparent background. The reason for that is we want the entire coaster to have some sort of gloss on there. If you put the transparent background, it won't happen, okay? So now this is finished, took a total of 10 minutes, and look, this thing has been sitting for days, and we have a perfectly printed print. And you can tell the gloss is glossing because it's nice and shiny. I have white underneath. We have all the colors that are here. This looks perfect. So even though the printer has been sitting for quite some time, we still are on the right path. Changing out that print head really did what we needed it to do. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out of the wall just a little bit because we are going to be using the large flatbed, and we do need it to not hit the wall. So just like this. All right, I have already put my little coasters in there. I showed you that, right? I showed you that we put all the coasters in there. So I'm going to put this into my printer, there it is. I'm going to lock this into place, making sure it's not going to hit a wall, which it's not. Woohoo! All right, you want to make sure that your coasters are placed in there nice and straight, so making sure it's butt up against those two. We have two on each coaster. Generally, you would probably want to make this a little bit cuter, but I kind of made it like this just so you can see that it can become a jig if you needed it to. Once we're done printing, you would take this out, put this back in. It doesn't matter that we're not, nice and straight, like everything's in order, because these little pieces right here is what's going to be acting as our jig, okay? So got that put in there. Now we go over to the EufyMake Studio software, and I have UV ink all over my desk because it was just falling off on that silicone stuff. So I'm going to press finish, and this is where we are going to press snapshot. This is what is going to take the longest, unless this update that I just did makes it faster. The large flatbed printer, the snapshot for it takes so long. I'm not patient. There's no patience in me. I give all my patience to my kids and my husband. I don't have patience for crafts. Okay, now that we have that done, you will see, this is why this is really important, okay? Do you see that we have a white square around the vacation? Perfect. Just like this, the white background, perfect, because everything is going to print perfectly, and then this will be dry erase. I keep doing that in quotation marks because technically it's not dry erase, but we just kind of trick the program or the things into thinking it is because we do the gloss. So we'll just put this onto our squares. Just like that. If you need to bump down the transparency of it to see where the alignments is, coming up here to opacity, you can turn this down. Now, I will tell you that if you do this, make sure that you bring them back because nothing will print. Ask me how I know. I have actually done it in previous videos with you too. This one seems like I didn't put it straight because when I put this here, see how it's not lining up straight? So I'm just going to tweak this just a little bit. I do want to make sure the entire thing is filled up, okay? The reason for that is I don't want my things to look weird sitting on my refrigerator, okay? See, these kind of look like they are a little bit crooked. I'm like, oh, the jig, it's perfect. It makes sure everything is straight. Then I proceed to put things in not straight. These bottom ones, though, are straight for sure, but I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger just to make sure that we have some overspray. All right, we got them looking good. Now what I'm going to do is select all of them. I'm going to bump the opacity back up again, okay? This is what my prints are going to look like. We've already set up the settings, so we don't have to change anything. Outside of, we're just going to press print. Okay, this is going to take a total of 1 hour and 5 minutes. So I'll see you in an hour. Pressing start. All right, I will see you in an hour to show you the finished project, and then how in the world do we get a magnet on the back of it? So that will be at the very end, and happy crafting. Hold on. All right, took an hour, but you know what? Worth the wait, because these turned out absolutely amazing. Look at how gorgeous, professional looking. This is why I love this dang printer so much, is because every single time I go to use this machine, we got some good stuff. And I actually say every single time. That's not true, because recently we had an issue, didn't we? But for the most part, like 99% of the time, we are getting some good finished prints at the very end of it. Okay, so assembly of the coasters is not hard. All you're going to want is some double-sided adhesive magnets, okay? Or did I say double-sided? All you need is adhesive magnets, okay? One side is a magnet, the other side is the adhesive. You are going to want some sort of brayer, or a credit card will do. I like to use a brayer because it's fancy. And then you are going to need a X-Acto knife. You could use scissors if you want, but I like to get really close to the edges of my coaster so there's not like any leftover residue, and then it will look funny. But all you're going to do is peel off the, what is this? Peel off the backing, and I am going to put it, let's see here. We'll put it just here in the corner. I'm going to do a little hangover so I can get around the entire edge. And we'll do this, the same thing. And then this one is not large enough to go to the other side, so that's fine. We'll just only do 2 today. So I'm going to push this down, and then I am going to take my X-Acto knife, and we're going to trim up the edges. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to put this here. Okay. And then what I want to do now is I'm going to take my brayer, and I'm just going to make sure that we have good adhesion on the back so it doesn't want to roll up on you. Okay. Because what you don't want is your magnets to want to fall off your coaster, especially if you're going to sell these. You want to make sure that we have good adhesion for the coasters. Okay, then I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to trim off the edge. I love this glass cutting board because I can do all of my cuts on it, and it's like not going to damage the cutting board. My self-healing mat, I felt like I was replacing my self-healing mat all the time, because why is it called a self-healing mat when there ain't no healing involved? So just taking this, trimming it up. Look at that nice finished back. And then, oh my gosh, doesn't that look so good? So good. Printed wonderfully. All right. And then here is the next one. Look at how cute. Turned out absolutely amazing. Looks 100% professional, like a professional did it, but not really. I'm no professional. I'm just a crafter that has really cool pieces of equipment. But yes, and dry erase. Now, just like how I started this project, I'm going to end it the same way. That this EufyMake UV printer has surely opened up a ton of doors for my crafting needs, because one printer can have so many uses, and the end results always look so phenomenal. I hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you next time.